Our first question regarding plotting the full financial statement, trading profit and loss account and balance sheet with adjustment. Pay your full attention here because this is not only useful for your 11th standard. These adjustment entries are very useful in your 12th standard as well as your higher college education, and even these type of questions are very important. They clear your concepts and helpful in competitive exams also, like CA exams. So pay attention here. Now one tip is that just don't start writing as soon as you see cash in hand. I'll write it in the balance sheet asset side. No, read, give 2 minutes, read full question, mark what are the adjustment entries, give 2 minutes for that, and then start plotting it on the trading and P&L and balance sheet. Otherwise you will miss out some adjustment entry. Okay, so I'll read it fast. Cash in hand, cash at bank, wages, sales, machinery, bills receivable, opening stock, creditors, purchase, sales, salaries, debtors, taxes and insurance, bad debts, freight on purchases, capital and commission. Taking into consideration the adjustment given below, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2015 and balance sheet as on that date. Also past journal entries for the following adjustment. Closing stock rupees 45,000. Outstanding salary. See, closing stock, we all know that closing stock have to be written in your trading account. So you can just write it here by closing stock. How much? 45,000. And what about the other effect? It will form part of your current assets in your balance sheet. So what am I doing? Taking the balance sheet, and for current assets I am just writing here closing stock. How much is the closing stock? 45,000. One adjustment entry is done. And remember, here it is a plain vanilla thing that it is written closing stock 45,000. It is not possible that everywhere you will get it simply as closing stock 45,000. You may get closing stock at cost, at net realizable value, at market value. Then remember the rule at that time. Closing stock has always to be valued at cost or market price, whichever is lower, or cost or net realizable value, whichever is lower. If you go to the market and sell something and you are not even realizing your cost, so whichever is lower is important. Net realizable value, if it is lower than the cost, record it at net realizable value and not at cost. Okay, now coming to the second adjustment entry. Outstanding salaries rupees 1,600. So immediately go and find salaries here and put a mark that you have some adjustment entry for this. Okay, and outstanding wages 1,000. So mark it here that you have one adjustment for this. Okay, prepaid insurance 450. So where is insurance? Taxes and insurance, mark it. I have one adjustment for this. And accrued commission 600. So just find out commission. Here it is and mark it. So now you will know that you will not put these amounts, these four amounts in the outer column. You have some adjustment entries for this. Charge depreciation on machinery at the rate 10%. So okay, I have one more adjustment in machinery. The items without adjustments can be put in fast. Then we'll come to the items with adjustment. Cash in hand 4,000, cash at bank 6,000. So cash in hand, cash at bank These are my assets. Cash in hand 4,000, cash at bank 6,000. Okay, without any adjustment I have easily put them. Wages. What are wages? Wages are direct expenses and they need to be put in profit and loss, I mean trading and profit and loss account. So what will I write here? I have to leave some space for opening stock and purchases. So I will write here 2 wages. In the inner column it is 1 lakh. So in the inner column, because I know there is some adjustment regarding the wages, outstanding wages 1,000 are, we know now that we have to add outstanding wages 1,000, and now 1,000 has to be added it up. This is actually 10,000, not 1 lakh. So 11,000 needs to be brought in the outer column. And outstanding wages. What is outstanding wages nature? Outstanding wages are always current liabilities for me. So right here in the liabilities, current liabilities portion, outstanding wages 1,000. I did the adjustment for outstanding wages, so I will just underline it down that this has been done. Next, sales. I have a sales here, so I'll write in trading account by sales, put it in the inner column 2,50,000, because I need to deduct sales return from this. Okay, so sales is done. Machinery 1,06,000, and I have an adjustment relating to machinery, so write it in the inner column of assets, machinery. $1,06,000. What is the adjustment entry for machinery? Charge depreciation on machinery at the rate 10%. Since it is given to me in the adjustment side, it will have two effects. One is I will subtract depreciation from here, less depreciation at the rate 10% on 1,06,000 will be 10600, just hiding 10, and the amount which will come in the outer column will be 95,400. The other effect, because it is given here in your adjustment, depreciation entries in your adjustment side, I will give it two effects, and depreciation is also expense for me. So in P&L here I will write to depreciation, depreciation by how much? 10600. This is also done. Just put an underline on it. I have finished it. After machinery I have bills receivable 20,000. Bills receivable are my assets. Bills receivable 20,000. You need to write it in full. Okay. Then I have opening stock 42,000. Opening stocks need to be put in your trading account. The first item to opening stock. $42,000. This is done. Creditors 20,000. What are creditors for me? My current liabilities. So go to the balance sheet. Creditors by 20,000. Okay. Next item. Purchases 1,65,000. Do I have a purchase return? No. So 2 purchases. One lakh 65,000 can be written in the outer column. If I had a purchase return, then I would have written it in the inner column and then subtracted purchase return from it and then taken it to the outer column. Okay. Then sales return 3,000. Sales return has to be subtracted from sales. So less, write properly in full form, sales return 3,000 and 2,47,000 is the balance of net sales. I have taken it out. Salaries, it is 16,000. Okay, so in P&L account I will write here 2 salaries. I'm seeing some mark here, so means it has an adjustment, so I'll put it in the inner column. Salaries 16,000. First find out what is the adjustment for salaries. Outstanding salaries rupees 1,600. So just I know that I have to add outstanding expenses, so add outstanding salary 1,600 and take the amount to the outer side. It is 17,600. Adjustment is given here, so the dual effect. What is outstanding salaries for me? Outstanding salaries for me has to be a liability. I have to pay it. Outstanding salaries is my liability and outstanding salary 1,600 needs to be written here. The adjustment entry relating outstanding is also finished. Just underline it. I have done it. Closing stock, underline it. Now debtors 43,000. Debtors my assert. I don't have any adjustment for debtors, so simply write here debtors by how much it is. Debtors amount is 43,000, is it? Debtors 43,000, yes. I have to write it here. Debtors 43,000. Okay. Then taxes and insurance. Taxes and insurance need to be put in profit and loss account. The taxes and insurance part. Okay, but they have some adjustment. I have put in a mark on it. So writing to taxes and insurance in P&L. How much? 11,000. Find the adjustment entry for taxes and insurance. Prepaid insurance 450. So what you have to do? Less prepaid. It doesn't pertain to this year. I have paid it, so I will have to subtract it now. 11,000 minus 450. 11,000 minus 450 will be 10,550. And what do I do by the prepaid insurance? Prepaid insurance 450 is my current assert. $450 is my current assert. I have paid it in advance, so it has to be my current assert. Okay. After doing the taxes and insurance, bad debts. See, bad debts are already given in the trial balance. means the effect has been given, one side effect has been given. So what you will do with these bad debts now, just simply take and write it in the P&L account to bad debts. Give dual effect only if it is written in the adjustment over here. If it is written, then we need to give it double effects. If it is written in the trial balance, means one side entry has already been done. So the one side bad debts 3000 is written here. Okay. Freight on purchases is a direct expense and you need to put it in your trading account to freight on purchase 2400. Okay. Capital, nothing happens without capital, very important. So my liabilities, capital, put it in the inner column. I'll explain you why it has to be put it in the inner column. Just put it for once, 1,60,000. Now commission is in credit and we have an adjustment entry because we have a sign here, commission 1400. So commission is credited, means it is income. So just put here by commission, P&L credit side, in the inner column 1400. What is the adjustment for commission? Let's read it. Accrued commission of rupees 600. We always add accrued commission. So add accrued. I have earned this accrued commission 600. I have earned this, but I have not received. So actually my earning is not 1400. It is 1400 plus 600. That is 2000. I have to bring it in the outer column, and accrued commission will always be my assert because I will receive it. I have already worked for it. I have to just receive it. So accrued commission, put it here. How much is the accrued commission? Is it 600? Yes, it is 600. Okay. So I've done all the adjustments, plus I've also done the postings. Now let's check. See, there's a sales, less sales return, less closing stock. Just take a total first from here. The trading account total, it is 2,92,000. Okay, and the other side total has to be 2,92,000 over here. Has to be 292,000. The difference will be our gross profit. So what is our gross profit over here? From 292 subtract 42, 165, 2,400 and 11,000. Actually your gross profit should have been written here as to gross profit carried down. There is no space, so I am just writing it here by, I'll take it to the profit and loss account, by gross profit brought down. The difference amount will be 71,600. You need to have the 71,600 here also written as to gross profit carried down. This is to gross profit transferred to the profit and loss account. This is our closing of trading account and we are starting profit and loss account from here. So by gross profit brought down 71,600. Then again I will total this side, 71,600 plus 2,000, 73,600. Okay, 73,600 minus 17,600 is the salaries. Then what else do I have? 10550. Then I have 3,000, and then I have 10600. If I subtract this, what do I get? I actually get 31,850. 31,850. So 31,850 is my net profit. This is the balancing figure. From 73,600 you subtract all these expenses. After subtracting all the expenses, what I get is net profit. So to net profit, what will I do with this net profit? I will add this net profit to my capital only, correct? To net profit transferred to capital account. Okay, just put the total 73,600. Okay, now let's go to the balance sheet with net profit in our hand, 31,850. So in the capital, just add the net profit first. It is 31,850. And you have to take the figure out. It will be 191,850. Okay. Now what else do I have in the current liabilities? I have creditors 20,000. I have outstanding wages 1,000, and I have outstanding salaries 1,600. Just take a quick total of this. The total will be 214450. Remember that the total of liabilities should be equal to the total of the assets. Then only it is right, otherwise you have made some mistake. So machinery after depreciation is there. Then we have all our assets here. Take the total, it should come to 214450. Pick up your calculators. The total should be seen, and this is how I have given you an overview. How will you put the entries with the adjustments in your profit and loss account and your balance sheet. I have not taken up the journal entries writing because we have done as many as 60 journal entries, and now we are a pro with it. Just try and solve some more questions like this, and it will get handy.